More insight on the situation is Dr. Sebastian Gorka, Distinguished Chair of Military Theory at the Marine Corps University and a counterterrorism instructor for the FBI and U.S. Special Forces. He is also the co-author of a new report by the Threat Knowledge Group on ISIS and its threat within our borders and what the U.S. should be doing about it. Doctor, good to see you tonight. And so speak to that point that Catherine just made, which is that they say there's no specific credible threat, but the problem is ISIS has learned to encrypt its communications. And so how can we ever be sure whether we're on the verge of another attack or not?
Well, as long as they're out there, as long as we haven't crushed ISIS and the global jihadi movement, we will be at danger. The report gives you the details that we have had in the last 20 months. 82 people arrested or killed on U.S. soil that are members of ISIS. And the most frightening statistic is that of those people, almost 30%, 28% of those, weren't interested in going to the Middle East. They didn't want to go on jihad in Syria or Iraq. They had decided that the best way to serve the new caliph, the new emperor of Islam, was to kill Americans on U.S. soil. So I am not surprised that this warning came out after the State Department's travel warning, this DHS FBI alert. The fact is ISIS is already here. We have been intercepting them, but they haven't given up. And if we look at the fact that the unclassified documents tell us there's at least 4,000 Westerners that have gone to join ISIS. Those are people with Western passports, American passports, British passports. They will have freedom of movement. That's the threat to America. It is real. It is actual, Megyn.
How significant, how important would it be to ISIS terrorists here in the United States that it's a holiday week? That it's something that is sacred to many Americans.
The essence of terrorism is to instill fear. That's the transmission belt of power, if you will. And they know that they can't go up against us in a direct fight. If this was, a nation-to-nation war, we'd crush them. But if they go after soft targets, as Catherine mentioned, that's exactly what we're talking about. They want to go after large concentrations of civilians. It's exactly like the marathon bombing in Boston. It's like the Twin Towers. They want to attack people who aren't ready in high concentrations and to send a message of fear across the Western world and across the U.S. population. And as a result, you need to be on your guard. Americans need to be tactically aware and they need to be observant of what's going on around them, especially now during Thanksgiving.
Dr. Gorka, thank you, sir.